With today's German event, we got German ships based on World War I, a mini event, including little again, and a truckload of salt for not having Soyuz yet again.
Emotional damage!
Hello and welcome. This is Neldrin, and today, let's discuss the Rondo at Rainbow's End event. But before that, if you haven't subscribed yet, here's the sign you are looking for to hit the subscribe button. Rondo at Rainbow's End is currently ongoing and will be until May 12th. Together with this event, there is a mini event where you can get little Pinzo again. More details about her later on. The following are the event reminders, and which are good to buy in the event shop. And here are the notable drops for each stage. For beginners, I highly recommend getting Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth in A1, and a strong carrier, Saratoga in A3. For B stages, aside from sadlets, there is nothing good to farm. Oh, by the way, B1 drops some blueprints which are good for battleships. For experienced players here, as always, the C stages don't have good drops. C2 is the best stage to farm if you can't beat D stages, as it requires less battles than C3. If you can beat D stages, I highly advise farming D3 for sadlets, and it is the highest event point drop. The gold BB gun in D1 is only useful on certain ships. Comparing it to the purple BB gun, the purple one deals more overall damage, so no need to farm it. Before we proceed reviewing the ships, in this event, you can observe that most of the ships have different gear loadout compared to the usual from their hull type. For battleships and battlecruisers, I advise using CL guns on the second slot and DD guns on the third slot. This is to maximize damage coming from the firepower buff from the auxiliary guns. You can still use AA guns for accuracy buff, but they have low base stats for late game boss, such as Abyss and Meta Showdown. And given that these battlecruisers won't be used on stages 12 and 13, I believe that using secondary guns offers more value than AA guns. Now, let's get on each ship. First we have Emdin. Her dragon looks similar to She's probably a relative of Paimon. Her offensive stats are mid, but she got one of the best reload stats. Depending on the gun she's using, will be the effect of her red skill. I recommend using CL gun as her secondary as it provides weapon efficiencies and slowing barrage. The utility from using the DD gun is a bit useless if you will be using a healer in your fleet. Emdin has increased evasion and a good pair with Ironblood battleships and gunboats, as she also provides extra firepower. Overall, Emdin is a strong ship, but not overpowering the previously released ships. She is a tanky cruiser due to her evasion buffs, comparable to Noshiro. Although I'm a bit disappointed, as her playstyle is underwhelming. And I was expecting that she changes color based on the secondary gun she is using. But that is not the case. Hoping that they will add this feature. Next is sadlets, and we can all agree that she resembles Shikimori-san. Her voice actress also voices Norn from Redo of Healer. She somehow resembles Rosaria from Genshin Impact. There's an illusion of her having long hair, but if you look closely, she actually has short hair. Her stats are pretty average, but one of the highest if compared to battlecruisers only. On her level 125, she will have 69 accuracy.
Nice.
Sadlets is designed to clear event maps where quick load is advantageous. Her first volley is as good as one preload, when all the requirements from her skills are fulfilled. When using on stages with higher difficulty, you want to pair her with one more Ironblood Vanguard. This will fulfill her red skill without taking unnecessary damage. This will sacrifice her reload coming from her yellow skill. But it's okay since only the reload on her first volley is affected. You want her to be at full health as much as possible, so pairing her with a backline healer is necessary, especially on harder stages. Ludzo is a battleship with average base stats. And you want her to be placed in the flagship position for her frontal barrage. In short, she's mid. To be honest, there's nothing much to talk about her, as her game design is similar to other ships, when Azur is just starting up. Regarding her marbles of history, you can ignore this, as it provides little utility aside from synergizing from her yellow skill. The skill is useless anyway, especially if you are not against a boss battleship. And the chance to inflict 3k damage is a bit low. Elbing is somehow similar to Emdin and Noshiro. She is also a tanky cruiser because of her evasion. But she's weaker due to lower base stats and equipment she has. She also fires a special barrage when firing her torpedoes. Don't concern yourself regarding the barrage type, since it is only applicable to boss fights. And she's too weak for those kinds of battles. Neldrin, Daddy Yostar, I need York. Yostar, but you already have York at home. York at home.
Maho! Armageddon!
Thuringin is a battleship, best paired with another Ironblood battleship, due to her evasion debuff and increased damage for her fellow German ships. There is nothing much to say for a free ship. She's usable on early stages and you might want to use her when farming for Ironblood main fleet EXP for your PR ship. Because of the bonus damage, getting the MVP bonus will be easy. Lastly, little Pinzo again is a weaker version from her original. She may have a lot of shield variants just like Naofumi. But all of it only takes a few shots before it shatters. Her offensive shield is somehow similar to Rune Muse, but can only hit 6 times instead of 8. But to summarize, Rondo at Rainbow's End has 3 high average ships. They are strong but not as overpowered compared to the recently released ships. And a mini event that features little Pinzo again. Yes, I know this event doesn't offer much in terms of power. But I really love the visual design of the ships, especially Ludzo and sadlets. Thank you for watching my event summary. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video to support my channel. You guys are awesome and see you next time.